Frequently, animals found on the streets are left to fend for themselves. After the unfortunate demise of these kittens' mother, a solitary dog took them under its care. The subsequent events are quite unsettling. Join us to witness this remarkable tale unfold. The challenges of animals giving birth on the streets are undeniable. In an empty lot, a mother cat went through the ordeal of protecting her newborns. Seeking a relatively warmer haven, they took refuge in a storm drain, shielded from the harsh elements outside. Amidst a bustling environment filled with people and potential predators like eagles, the mother cat displayed unwavering determination to safeguard her offspring. Yet the struggle was real. As time passed, hunger pressed the mother to leave the sheltered confines of the lot in search of sustenance. Weakened from previous conflicts, her diminished speed and strength hindered her progress. With her destination set on a park known to hold potential nourishment, the injured and fatigued cat faced a perilous journey. The unlit road she needed to traverse was a perilous obstacle. Amidst the darkness, the distant glow of residential lights provided the only illumination for the road. Oblivious to the approaching vehicles, the disoriented feline navigated the street, seemingly unsure of her path. Inevitably, the lack of visibility and the perilous circumstances set the stage for an impending tragedy. A truck came past and hit the poor cat. She was flung to the side of the road. The people living in the nearby home would later see her and try to help, but it was too late. Unfortunately, those kind people didn't know about the 3 kittens waiting for their mother to come back. It was a sad story. Meanwhile, the babies crawled deeper into the storm drain. They were hungry and wouldn't last long without their mother. A few blocks away, another tragedy was unfolding. A mother dog was trying to care for her puppies, but it was hard. One day, she went out for the day. A shelter found her puppies, but they couldn't find her. They searched all day and even the next, but she was spooked by all the people and she ran. She had run a few blocks when she heard babies crying. Her own puppies were out of reach, and she was heartbroken. Now she heard other babies needing her help. She sniffed all over the vacant lot, searching for the little orphans. Then she found them inside the storm drain. She went to lay with them inside and started nursing them right away. The kittens grew and accepted the lonely dog who adopted them as their mother, but it wouldn't be an easy life from then on. They still faced many challenges, the first of which was going to arrive at any minute. The rainy season was coming, and they were living in a pipe that would fill up in minutes. Sadly, none of them knew that their relatively peaceful existence was in terrible danger. The kittens had grown by then. The dog had to provide food for her adopted children. She often went to catch small animals or brought scraps from the garbage for the babies to eat. There had been a drought for over a year, and the Weather Channel warned of flash floods in the area. It was going to start raining, and it was going to rain hard. But of course, the animals didn't know that. They just went about their lives until it all suddenly changed. The dog was out and about when the first drops started falling. The kittens were playing outside at the time, but as most cats don't like water, they quickly went inside when it started to rain, right into the storm drain where they believed they were completely safe. But they weren't. The storm was starting to rage, and the rain was pouring down. The kittens must have been terrified. They had never heard rain before, and they were all alone. They stayed where they thought they were safe, but they weren't. The water in the pipe was rising. Soon the little kittens would be covered in water. Most animals can swim, but if the pipe was completely filled up, swimming wouldn't help them. As the water started to rise, the kittens began to panic. Then suddenly, there was a splash as their adoptive mother came rushing through the pipe. She grabbed the first kitten and took it outside, then came back for the rest. She was just in time and managed to rescue them all. However, when she went in to retrieve the final baby, there must have been debris and pieces of garbage inside the pipe, as the dog emerged carrying the last kitten, and she was bleeding. She had a cut on her leg, but she didn't stop. She got her babies to safety. There was an old, overturned wheelbarrow on the land, and she helped the kittens get in there. Despite the rain continuing to pour down and then sitting in rain puddles, the entire little family was shivering. Finally, the rain stopped, and the sun came out. Still freezing, they all went outside to sit in the sun. The dog's bleeding all over her kittens didn't look great, But what happened next was truly disturbing. After the kittens and the dog had gone through so much just to survive and be a family, people were going to let them down once again. The neighbors hadn't seen the kittens at that stage. They were playing in the tall grass, hiding from view. They had observed the dog coming and going and had been watching her. However, a young couple came out to check on the dog, and upon seeing her covered in blood and the kittens in the same condition, they jumped to some very wrong conclusions. They thought the dog was attacking the kittens, imagining a dangerous dog in their neighborhood. They decided to tie her up with rope and chase her away from the kittens, thinking they were saving her. Despite the dog standing in front of them, trying to protect the kittens, they managed to separate her from them, placing her in a crate and taking her away. They set up a trap on one side of the open land, screaming and chasing the scared dog. The dog's tail was tucked between her legs, worried they might hurt her. Throughout it all, she was still attempting to protect her adopted babies. Each time they chased her in a different direction, she would run back to the babies, shielding them. They were trying to hide behind the only mother they remembered. The commotion attracted several people out of their homes to watch. Amidst the shouting and screaming, they cornered the dog and attempted to place her in a crate. It seemed they were close to separating the family. Then, a little girl from the crowd shouted for them to stop. She saw something that the adults missed. The kittens were desperately trying to return to their mother. Upon releasing the dog, she swiftly returned to the kittens, assuming her protective role fueled by love's courage. Despite their benevolent intentions, the humans' impulsive actions posed a threat to the vulnerable family. A measured approach, taking time to comprehensively evaluate the situation, would have been wiser. Regrettably, haste prevailed over prudence, holding the potential for disastrous consequences. Fortuitously, the animal's heightened fear of humans acted as a barrier against immediate harm. However, fate had in store a remarkable encounter with individuals eager to extend assistance. Rather than attempting to coerce them into a crate out of fear, a shelter arrived, providing sustenance to the family until their trust allowed them to enter the crate for food. Safely transported to the shelter, a thorough examination revealed no severe injuries, offering a sigh of relief. A foster home became their haven, allowing the family to remain united until they were prepared for adoption. The heartwarming climax of this extraordinary narrative lies in the fact that each member found a forever home, banishing the specter of fear and exposure on the streets. Notably, the young girl instrumental in saving this family embarked on a quest for a new companion. Her family stepped in, adopting both the dog and one of the kittens. Thus, the dog continued to care for one of her offspring, and the bond formed a protective, eternal family unit. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and consider to share it with your friends and family. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.